If you are over 60 and your legs feel heavy, weak, or unsteady, you are not just getting older, you are losing control because falls do not start on the floor, they start inside your nervous system months earlier. And that is why 1 out of every 3 adults over 65 will fall this year, even though most of them were not careless at all. They were already showing the quiet warning signs: shorter steps, dragging feet, slower turns, heavier legs. But they ignored them, because after 60 the electrical signals from your brain to your legs begin to slow down. So when you trip, turn, or slip, your body is no longer fast enough to catch you. And that delay is what causes wobbling, missteps, and that terrifying feeling that your legs might suddenly give out, which leads to hip fractures, hospital beds, loss of independence, and nursing homes after just one serious fall. Yet the truth most doctors never explain is this breakdown is not permanent, it is mechanical. And when you train the right system instead of just walking more, you can restore that control and make your legs save you again before you ever hit the ground. And that is exactly what this video will show you. Part 1. The real reason your legs feel weak after 60. Most seniors who fall never feel weak the day before it happens. They feel heavy. They feel slow. They feel slightly off. And that is exactly the warning. If your legs feel heavy, shaky, or unreliable after 60, it is not muscle loss. It is something far more dangerous. Your brain is losing time and control over your legs. Every step you take depends on an electrical signal traveling from your brain, down your spine, and into your muscles. That signal tells your leg when to lift, when to land, and when to catch you if you start to fall. After 60, that signal begins to slow down. Doctors call this neuromuscular decline, and it starts long before real muscle loss ever shows up. That delay is why your feet feel like they don't lift the way they used to. Your muscles still have strength, they are just being activated too late. And when a signal arrives late, a stumble becomes a fall. This is why walking does not protect you. Walking moves your legs forward, but it does not retrain the reaction system that keeps you upright when something goes wrong. You can walk every day and still lose balance control because the nervous system is not being challenged. So your body compensates in the worst way. You take shorter steps. You avoid lifting your feet. You turn more carefully. It feels safer, but it actually makes you more vulnerable because you lose the ability to recover when you trip. That is why falls feel sudden. They are not sudden. They are delayed reactions finally failing. The good news is this system can be retrained. When you perform slow, controlled leg lifting and balance-focused movements, you force your brain to send clearer, faster signals. And when those signals improve, your legs start feeling lighter, steadier, and reliable again. In the next part, you will see the one simple movement that wakes this system back up, even if you have not exercised in years. Part 2, Solution 1. The chair leg lift that rebuilds control. Most seniors think they need to stand, sweat, or struggle to make their legs stronger. That belief is not only wrong, it is dangerous. When your nervous system is already slow, forcing your body into standing exercises increases the risk of falls instead of fixing a problem. What your legs need first is not effort. They need control. That is why the most powerful place to rebuild weak legs is not on your feet. It is in a chair. When you sit, your spine is stable and your brain can focus entirely on sending clear signals to your legs. This creates the perfect environment to retrain the communication between your nervous system and your muscles without putting you in danger. Here is the movement. Sit tall in a firm chair with both feet flat on the floor. Slowly lift one knee up toward your chest. Not fast, not high, just enough to feel the thigh engage. Hold it there for 3 seconds, then slowly lower it back down. Then switch to the other leg and repeat. This looks simple, but it targets the exact system that is failing after 60, the hip flexor and balance control network. These muscles are responsible for lifting your foot off the ground when you walk. When they weaken or stop firing on time, your feet start dragging, and that is what creates trips and stumbles. Holding the leg in the air forces your brain to keep the signal turned on. This is what wakes the nerve pathways back up. Each second you hold is telling your nervous system, this movement matters. Stay alert. Most people rush exercises. Seniors cannot afford to. The slow hold is what rebuilds reaction speed. It trains your body to catch itself when something goes wrong. You do not need many repetitions. 5 lifts per leg, once or twice a day, is enough to start the process. More is not better. Better control is better. After a few weeks, many seniors notice that standing up feels easier, walking feels lighter, and that heavy leg sensation begins to fade. That is not muscle growing. That is your nervous system reconnecting. This one movement alone can dramatically reduce fall risk because it restores the very thing that prevents falls, the ability to lift and place your foot with confidence. In the next part, I will show you the mistake that quietly keeps this system weak, even in people who walk every day. Part 3. The mistake that keeps seniors weak even if they walk every day. Here is the uncomfortable truth most seniors never hear. Walking alone does not protect you from falling. In fact, for many people, it slowly makes the real problem worse. Walking is a forward motion. Once your body gets used to it, your brain stops paying attention. The steps become automatic. Your legs swing forward, but the nervous system is no longer being challenged to react, lift, or stabilize. It is like driving the same road every day. You arrive, but you are not really present. This is dangerous after 60 because what you lose with age is not movement. You lose reaction speed. When something goes wrong, a crack in the sidewalk, a slippery floor, a sudden turn, your body has less than half a second to respond. If your nervous system is not trained to lift and stabilize quickly, you go down before you even realize what happened. Walking does not train this system. It only repeats what you already know how to do. That is why many seniors who walk every day still fall. Their legs move, but their control system keeps getting slower. Another mistake is rushing movements. Seniors are often told to keep moving, so they hurry through exercises. This teaches the brain to ignore feedback. The muscles move, but the nerves do not learn. Control does not improve. Slow, controlled movement is what rebuilds stability. When you lift your leg and hold it, your brain is forced to stay engaged. It must send a steady signal. That is how you rebuild the pathway that catches you when you stumble. There is also fear. After one near fall, many seniors subconsciously tighten their bodies and take shorter steps. This feels safer, but it weakens balance even more. The body becomes stiff instead of responsive. The goal is not to avoid movement. The goal is to restore confidence and control. That only comes from teaching the nervous system how to respond again. That is why the chair leg lift works when walking does not. It isolates the exact system that fails first and trains it safely. In the final part, you will see how to use this simple movement to rebuild your independence and protect yourself from the most common cause of injury after 60. Part 4. How to rebuild the stability that keeps you independent. What most seniors really fear is not falling. It is what comes after the fall. The loss of confidence. The loss of freedom. The moment when someone else has to help you get up, drive you, or watch over you. That is the real danger. The weakness in your legs is not just physical. It is a warning that your control system is fading. But the moment you start training it, the decline can be slowed, and in many cases reversed. When you practice the slow chair leg lift, you are not just exercising a muscle. You are retraining your brain to trust your legs again. Each controlled lift sends a message through your nervous system that says, this pathway still works. Over time, those messages get stronger. Your reaction time improves. Your steps become more confident. That is what stability really is. Many seniors notice small changes first. Standing up feels easier. Turning does not feel as risky. Walking feels lighter. These are not coincidences. They are signs that your brain and your legs are reconnecting. This is why consistency matters more than intensity. You do not need to struggle. You need to send clear signals to your nervous system every day. 5 slow lifts per leg, done with focus, is far more powerful than a long walk done on autopilot. As this control returns, something else changes. Fear begins to fade. When your body knows it can react, it stops bracing for disaster. That alone reduces fall risk, because tension and hesitation are some of the biggest causes of instability. The goal is not to become an athlete. The goal is to remain in charge of your own life. To walk into a room without worrying about the floor. To get out of a chair without grabbing something. To move without hesitation. After 60, independence is built on control, not strength. And control can be trained at any age. You do not have to wait for a fall to take this seriously. The warning signs are already there. Weakness, heaviness, unsteady steps. These are not just aging. They are signals asking to be answered. And now you know exactly how to answer them. Final conclusion. What this really means for your future. Weak legs after 60 are not just an inconvenience. They are a message. A quiet warning that the system keeping you upright, steady, and independent is starting to fade. Most people ignore it. They wait for a fall to make it real. By then, the damage is already done. But what you learned here changes that. You now know that falls do not happen because you are unlucky. They happen because the communication between your brain and your leg slows down. That delay steals your ability to react. And that is what makes a simple misstep turn into a life-changing injury. You also know something powerful. This system is not gone. It is just underused. The slow, controlled chair leg lift is not a random exercise. It is a way to remind your nervous system how to do its job again. Every lift strengthens the signal. Every hold sharpens your reaction time. Every day you practice, you are buying back a little more stability. This is how you protect your future. Not by pushing harder, not by walking more, but by restoring the control that keeps you on your feet. You do not need to wait. You do not need special equipment. You do not need to risk a fall to learn the lesson. Sit down, lift your leg with intention, and start rebuilding the system that holds you up. Because after 60, the most valuable thing you can keep is not strength. It is the ability to move through your life without fear. If this video helped you understand what is really happening inside your legs, then this channel is for you. Everything here is designed for people over 60 who want to stay steady, independent, and out of the hospital. When you subscribe, you are not just following a channel. You are giving yourself access to simple, safe movements that protect your balance, your confidence, and your freedom. YouTube only shows these videos to people who subscribe and engage. If you do not click like, the algorithm quietly hides this information from the people who need it most. And that matters, because most falls do not come with a second chance. So take 1 second. Tap like so this message reaches more seniors. Subscribe so you do not miss the next step. In the next video, over 60, these 4 chair exercises build more strength than walking. You will learn 4 safe, doctor-approved movements that continue rebuilding the control system you started today. These are the exact exercises that help seniors walk with confidence, stand up without effort, and reduce their risk of falling. Your future mobility is built one decision at a time. Make this one count.